along this journey, as someone who started, like you said, skilled labor, to now having the profit room, being renowned for this kind of skill set, what has been the biggest hurdle that you personally had to overcome?
So my biggest hurdle for me probably is being more inside and also understanding when you're in a business like this that I'm doing, like you said, you got to work a little bit harder. You got to work a little bit harder. And my biggest hurdle was always the self-confidence in
Hmm.
myself. Like, because I always say you don't never see no movies on Wall Street about a whole bunch of brothers or anything like that. Especially when you only the one with with Will Smith. But
Yeah.
you know, Wolf of Wall Street, all the other ones, you never really see that.
Hmm.
Also, right, being in here and the biggest hurdle is still trying to be yourself. Like I wear suits and stuff like that, I can, but I want to still represent who I am. I don't want to change to fit a certain type of status quo in order
Gotcha.
to fit in there because you know Latoya's college educated. She worked in investment banking. She has much more of a higher end resume, which I think that helps us balance out either way, you
Hmm.
know. But
Yeah.
I think that's just one of the biggest hurdles is trying to advance and advance, but still keep a certain type of core values in place. You know
Gotcha.
what I mean? And be who you really are. Cause I like to joke around. I make memes all day
Yeah,
and
Listen,
joke.
listen,
you
listen,
and
That's
him,
man.
it.
you and Jim are very, very similar.
Listen. As someone who makes memes, I love his meme. Like,
Yeah,
why doesn't Popeye sell spinach? I died laughing for like 20 minutes about that.
yeah,
But no, but what you're saying is correct. So it's that self confidence. But again, like I tell you, man, I have degrees and been in classrooms, and some of them folks are don't know anything, right?
and more.
So one time I was in a meeting listening to Michael Milken speak.
Mm,
And for those who don't know who Michael Milken is, you can do your Googles. But and he's a billionaire. But he was telling a story how he went to the University of Penn, and the gist of his story was not trying to tell the whole story. Gist of his story was this: that his roommate from Penn, who got a Penn degree just like he did, is homeless,
mm,
right? And he's a billionaire, right? And he was saying that, so and his point was he was actually speaking to some folks who didn't have degrees. Like, don't let that get in your way, because some folks who get these degrees, if they don't have other skill sets or other things that they're working on, it doesn't matter, right? So you'll meet a lot of folks with paperwork who don't know anything. And I think you've proven yourself. You actually do things that some people aren't willing to do, which is you trade live right in front of folks.
yeah,
Sure.
I know a lot of people that won't do that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So that's interesting, though. But another thing is you're very self-aware, which is it's a good thing too. You talked about that a couple times on this talk. That's something that you have to work on, and you already know that.
Yeah,
Um,
because you are what I learned when you're dealing with finance and trying to understand what you're actually doing. I had to work on myself because you are who you bring to the platform,
hmm.
right? You are who you bring, and why a lot of people won't do that is an ego thing, right? I don't like, and that's where I think where I go back and forth, and I'm not trying to pat myself on the back with a lot of stuff. I'm not easily embarrassed,
Gotcha.
and I clearly don't care with certain things. So that not don't care, what I mean is like the less you care, the more comfortable you kind of feel. So that's why I can open up because if you can't do that, you can allow yourself to be who you are as a trader. Because every trader wants to be right all the time. Everybody wants to talk about their wins all the time. When I'm in the room with my students and my other traders, they can see your wins and they can see your losses, but they also see your consistency and how you react. And a lot of people won't allow themselves to lower themselves to that level in order to be vulnerable like that. Because I'm exposing a lot of myself personally in order so you can see, hey, if you come work with me or my business, and that's how I do get a lot of clients. So if people look at a student testimonials, I get a lot of older people as well, like
Hmm.
50s to 70s that contact and they say, hey man, I just like the way you present yourself or the way, you kind of down to earth with certain things because in reality, that's how I want to represent myself in a world where you got to feel like you the top dog all the time. I mean, I'm positive of what I do, but I know you are who you bring to the platform. And I don't want to be that person where, you know, the market will humble you either way.
Man,
You know what
listen.
I mean?
Man, listen.
Either way.
Yeah, well.
Yes, it will.